Have you ever wanted to go to a haunted location and just thought for once, gee, I wish there was a switch I could flip to just activate the paranormal activity? Well, this is it, except it's 2 switches. Hi, this is Todd from Relatively Paranormal, and I am here with my invention, the Power Plant Dual Energy EM Pump, quartz and amethyst crystal amplifiers inserted in the box. Here's why this device works. If you're out there paranormal investigating, if you're ghost hunting, okay, the number one most important thing is energy. Spirits are made of it and they need it to interact with you, bar none, period. Spirits have no bodies to hold energy, but they still need it to interact with you and to communicate with you over the course of your investigation. If you ever notice, they drain your equipment, they drain your body, and that's always followed by a short wave of paranormal activity which ends as fast as it started, and then your night is over. The reason for that is because they don't have the body to hold the energy that they just took from your equipment or your body. They desperately want to interact with you, whether they need help, whether they just want to communicate, whether they're lonely. These are dead human beings that desperately want to interact with the living. And the only way they can do that is if you give them a constant, powerful energy source like the power plant. The way it works, as the 2 energy pumps in this device, I have placed in a very specific way so they work opposite each other and create a sort of energy vortex. That energy field then passes through the quartz crystal. Quartz is nature's amazing energy amplifier and regulator. Okay, then the quartz activates the amethyst crystals. That's one of the other properties of quartz, is that it can activate the properties of other crystals. I use amethyst because of its strong power to enhance our connection with the spirit world. It also helps open up your 3rd eye chakra, or your 6th sense. That's the ability to communicate, see spirits, interact with spirits on a more deeper level. The quartz will activate that. Okay? And then it will blast that out into the atmosphere, charging the area around the pump. And then the most important thing is that you call out at the beginning of the investigation. You put this power plant out right when you arrive, before you set up. You call out letting the spirits know that you brought them the gift of energy and where to find it. You will find, in my experience, that activity begins almost immediately and does not end until you leave and shut the power plant off. Spirits desperately want this energy, and this device is made to give them almost the most perfect energy possible. So they're not going to leave it for a second. And they know that as long as they continue to interact with you, communicate with you, manifest, do stuff around you, that they're going to continue to get this energy supply. So this is the most important piece of paranormal investigation equipment you can buy. Without it, everything else you have is almost useless. Because you buy your cameras, your night vision, your REM pods, all that good stuff in order to capture evidence of the paranormal. But if you don't have the paranormal activity, it's all useless. This is what's going to give you that. With every power plant, I put anti-vibrational pads on the bottom of this device. That's because you have moving parts in it. You don't want any vibration, making noise or anything like that during your investigation. I also put a 1/4-inch screw-in on the bottom for a tripod mount. Okay? Now you can mount it on a little handheld tripod on the ground so you can kill all the vibration and still have that energy blast up. You can just put this on any surface. What I like to do now is to put it on a regular tripod and allow the energy to radiate in all directions. Okay, obviously by screwing it to the tripod, the energy can come out the bottom, the sides, the top. It can come out anywhere for the spirits to activate, and it's going to charge up the atmosphere more in that area. The longer the power plant is on, the crazier the activity gets. So I got my trusty EMF detector here. I put it near the power plant here. As you can see, we have double zeros on the EMF detector. Okay, so there is no energy radiating out of it or in the area or anything else. Now, let's activate the power plant and see what this baby can do. My EMF detector, so I am like 2 feet away. Okay, and then the closer I get, you can see, there we go. And then pegged. Okay, this EMF detector goes up to 2,000 milligauss, so I do not know how much energy this device actually puts out, but you can see right there, about half a foot away, you're at like 1,500 milligauss. Okay, and it's radiating out of every side of the device. You can see right here. Okay, and then even underneath, look at this, pegged. So this is what I mean about mounting it on a tripod and allowing the energy to radiate out everywhere. Pegged, okay, it's a few inches away. So as you can see, it is an extremely powerful device. And lastly is the fact that the amplification from the quartz can't even be quantified by any meter. So I have no way of knowing how truly powerful the power plant really is. Carl Sagan said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. Well, I got plenty of that for you. So let's get on to the evidence portion of this demonstration and evidence video. Should I put some energy down in the other room? All right, can you see if my head's in there? Yep. Calling any spirits? Yes, thank you. It's beeping already. Any dead people? Any folks that lived here? Any entities in the building? My name is Todd. That's my friend Brandon over there. This is my wife Marissa.
Hello.
We've come here to speak to you tonight. We've brought lots of energy for you.
Is everything in here? Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's the box. Right?
Okay. Do you see these boxes right here? You see this box with the symbol on it? It says power plant. These are energy for you guys to take as much as you want tonight to communicate with us. Okay?
Addition.
Go ahead, put that right up. If you're in here, I've also left some energy in here for you. If you want to take it, go ahead. But please come over and talk to us after you do. But if somebody over there is being an energy hog, you know, feel free to come over here and take your own. That's what we're here for. We brought gifts for you. We know that you guys have a hard time energy-wise. In that same doorway, you just saw all those orbs and mist flying through. A mere few minutes later, an apparition was caught on our FLIR thermal camera standing in the doorway, peeking around the corner. It looks like the apparition of a small girl. The moon and the kitty cat on it. I'm going to turn it on. It will not hurt you. I promise you that. You can clearly see the outline of a figure here, a head, and even on the top part of the head, it looks a little lighter, as if there is hair there. At the bottom of the figure, it almost looks like the light outline of an old-time style puffy dress. As you're going to see in a second, when I walk over, I am much, much larger than this figure. I can promise you this, we had no children with us at the time of this investigation, and no one else was in the house. It's an amazing capture, and you're going to see in a second when the camera pans back over to the doorway that the spirit is now gone. That doorway comes up right here. No spirit, only me walking through the doorway. This ghostly mist circles the room and heads right for the power plant on the floor shown by the arrow here. It disappears right into that area where we have placed a power plant next to our Vortex spirit box. In this last clip from Rolling Hills Asylum, I am about to put a power plant on that chair in the back of Nurse Emma's room, and we watch what's going to happen once I turn that on and walk away. All sorts of brightly lit, self-flashing spirit orbs are going to be ripping and flying around the room, back and forth from the area where the power plant is. As you can see, there is a massive amount of spirit orbs coming from the back of the room where that power plant is sitting on the chair. There are a ton of them, brightly flashing, self-lit, looking almost more powered up than when they first went back there. Next, what you're about to see are SLS manifestations appearing on that same exact chair in the same room where the power plant has been placed, powering up and then jumping off to manifest around the room. What's absolutely incredible is that he's eventually joined by a second enormous entity on the wall, and guess what part of the room he's in? That's right, in the very back, right by the first entity, energizing himself from the atmosphere that's been infused by energy from the power plant. This entity eventually climbs up the wall and across the ceiling till he's right above me. Eventually, after a few minutes, he disappears, and guess where he reappears? That's right back on that same chair in the back of the room where the power plant is, in an effort to power himself back up. Absolutely incredible evidence of how well the power plant works. What's he trying to do?
Thank you. Did you hear that?
It did?
Yes, a talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you guys like my energy boxes, the power plant?
Good. Oh, I thought it said good.
You like that energy? Sure. Good? All right.
Now that's what I call proof.